One quilt, 400 hours, 6 months, zero shortcuts. This isn't a blanket, it's a prayer you can touch. What do Amish quilts really mean? I spent months finding out. What I discovered will challenge everything you believe about time, patience, and purpose. Let's go. The radical time investment. Modern world wants fast, instant, now, one click, same-day delivery. Amish women, they sit, they stitch. For months. Same quilt, same pattern, same chair, same needle, day after day after day. 400 hours on one quilt. Let that sink in. That's 50 full workdays, 10 weeks of full-time labor on one blanket. Why? Are they slow, backward, inefficient? No, they refuse to rush. That's different. One grandmother explained, "You can make a quilt in a week with machines. It'll look fine, but it won't hold the same thing. It can't. Speed removes the soul." Every stitch is meditation. Every hour is worship. Every day is practice in patience. When my hands are busy with purpose, my soul finally gets quiet. That's the secret nobody understands. The quilt is the excuse. The patience is the point. Modern people can't sit still for 10 minutes. These women sit still for 400 hours. On purpose, choosing it. Who's actually more advanced? The hidden prayer stitching. Watch an Amish woman quilt. Look closely at her lips. They're moving, silently. She's praying into the fabric, through the needle, with every push and pull. Each stitch carries intention. This one, protection for the baby who'll sleep under it. That one, health for her sick neighbor. The next 100, peace for the grieving widow. The recipient will never know which stitches hold which prayers, but they're there, thousands of them, invisible, powerful. I met a woman who only makes quilts for funerals. That's her calling. She stitches prayers for the family, comfort in grief, strength in loss, peace in mourning, hope in heaven. They'll wrap themselves in this quilt and feel warmth. They won't know I prayed over every inch, but I know. God knows. That's enough. The quilt becomes sacred, not just warm fabric, a spiritual covering. Can you buy that on Amazon? Can you prime ship a prayer? The intentional mistake, theology in thread. Here's what shocked me most. Every Amish quilt has one deliberate flaw. Hidden, somewhere in the pattern. One wrong color, one misaligned piece, one thing that doesn't quite match. Wait, they spend 400 hours making something perfect, then intentionally ruin it? Yes, and the reason will rewire how you think about success. Only God creates perfection. Humans must remain humble. To make something perfect would claim equality with God. That's pride, the worst sin. So they add imperfection, on purpose, as theology. When I stitch my mistake, I'm praying, I'm not God. I'm just human. And being human is okay. Being imperfect is okay. Modern culture is obsessed with perfection. Perfect photos, perfect lives, perfect everything. Result? Anxiety, depression, never feeling good enough. Amish culture embraces imperfection, celebrates it, sews it into fabric. Result? Peace, contentment, humility. Which approach is actually working? Quilts as spiritual journals. Every quilt records a life, not in words, in fabric. This blue piece, from her wedding dress, worn once, now stitched forever. That green square, from her son's first church shirt, the one he wore when he was baptized. This faded section, her mother's apron, the mother who died last winter, now held close every night. Touch the quilt, touch the history. Wrap yourself in family memory. Grandchildren sleep under quilts containing fabric from great-grandparents they never met. They don't know consciously, but the connection exists. The thread of family literally warming them. No photos needed, no videos, no cloud storage, just fabric, holding memory, passing legacy. Modern families have thousands of digital photos nobody looks at. Amish families have quilts they touch every single night, which actually preserves memory better. The patience rebellion. Here's what most people completely miss. In a world screaming, faster, these women deliberately choose slower. In a world demanding more, they focus on one single thing. In a world worshiping efficiency, they embrace glorious inefficiency. This isn't backward, this isn't ignorance. This is rebellion, quiet rebellion, radical rebellion against everything modern culture worships.
Every single stitch whispers, "I refuse to rush. I reject your pace. I choose my own timeline. You can't make me hurry." That's power, real power, hidden in thread and fabric. Modern people are slaves to speed, controlled by urgency, driven by notifications. These women are free, truly free. They answer to no algorithm, no deadline, no productivity metric. They sit, they stitch, they pray, for as long as it takes. Who's actually enslaved? Who's actually free? The daily faith test. Quilting tests faith every single day. Will I keep going when my hands ache? When progress is invisible? When nobody sees the work? When I want to quit? Yes, because the work matters, even if unseen, especially if unseen. One quilter stitched for 3 years on one quilt. Arthritis made every stitch agony. Her fingers swelled. Her joints screamed. She finished anyway. Giving up would teach my granddaughter that hard things should be abandoned, that pain means stop. Finishing teaches her that faith endures, that purpose outlasts pain. The quilt was the gift. The lesson was the legacy. Modern culture quits when things get hard. Amish culture endures when things get hard. What does your quitting habit teach your children? The community quilting circle. Quilts aren't made alone. They're made together. Women gather, weekly, the quilting bee. They sit around massive frames. They stitch. They talk. They share. Who's sick? Who needs help? Who's struggling? Who's celebrating? Information flows through needle and thread. Community strengthens through shared labor. No social media needed, no group chat, just presence, hands working, voices sharing. Modern people are connected to thousands, yet desperately lonely. Amish women are connected to dozens, yet deeply known. Connection isn't about quantity, it's about quality, about presence, about shared purpose. The quilting circle provides what no app ever could. What speed stole from us? We gained efficiency. We lost meaning. We gained productivity. We lost patience. We gained convenience. We lost craft. We gained instant everything. We lost the satisfaction of slow completion. Amish quilts reveal what we sacrificed for speed, for convenience, for the illusion of progress. Was the trade worth it? 400 hours to make something beautiful, something meaningful, something lasting. When's the last time you spent 400 hours creating one thing? Can you even imagine it? The quilt's uncomfortable questions. Every Amish quilt asks you uncomfortable questions. What would you create if you stopped rushing? What prayers would you stitch if you had time? What legacy would you leave if you chose patience over speed? What if the fast version of life is actually the empty version? What if slow is the only way to go deep? The quilt doesn't answer. It just asks. Silently, beautifully, uncomfortably. The transfer of wisdom. Young girls learn at grandmother's knee. Not from YouTube, Not from books, from wrinkled hands guiding young ones. Feel this? Too tight. Loosen your grip. See this? Uneven. Rip it out. Start again. Patience. It will come. It always comes. Wisdom transfers through touch, through time together, through shared struggle. Modern education happens on screens, alone, disconnected. Amish education happens in circles, together, connected. Which produces better humans,